Hello guys, wait a minute, let me just turn the brightness up real quick and oh wait, I forgot to put on my capture card as always. Wait, let me just put on my capture card first then. Okay, here we go and here we go. Um yeah, cool. So hello guys, welcome to another stream and today we're gonna talk about why should we respect people. Yesterday or day before yesterday I think we talked about ethics and I came to the conclusion that ethics are logics that drive our emotions. Like ethics are preconceived logics that drive our emotions so that we don't get emotional and take decisions appropriately. So one of the ethics or the moral values we are told is we should respect people. So I'm gonna figure out today why should we respect people. And to start, first of all, let me first introduce myself. Wait a minute, guys. Activate. Okay. Yeah. So first of all, we're gonna talk about that. Yeah. First of all, let me just introduce myself. So I'm Rhythm. I'm an Indian, I'm a student, and I'm trying to learn English and have a command over my language. I don't cater for any kind of audience because it's just a personal project to improve my English. And I find streaming a really fun way to do so, and I don't really understand the logic that if no one's watching me, I'm just talking to a non living thing called a camera or a laptop. I'm just talking to it and well, I'm enjoying it. That's weird. So we're gonna talk about today that why should we respect people. First of all, I think as of my prior knowledge, respecting people is important because it gives you emotional stability. I will tell you why. I'll tell you how. And respecting others lead to respect people respecting you. Like give respect to take like give respect to take respect. Something like that's the quote. I don't even remember that cliche quote. That's pretty embarrassing. But the thing is, let me tell you why I think giving others respect leads you to emotional stability. Because when you give others respect, you don't put them above you, or you don't put yourself above them. You put them equally as of you. Like you both are equal when you are respecting each other. It's about equality, which leads to no ego. And when you aren't egoistic or don't care too much about yourself, you aren't caring too much about yourself. Like you aren't self-centered at that point. When you're respecting others, you aren't self-centered. You aren't like I am the hugest, or I am the greatest, or I am a genius. You're respecting everyone, treating everyone equally. I think respecting everyone equality can be gone synonymously for the sake of it. And so I think when you are respecting others, you aren't self-centered, and that leads you to not being emotionally broken when something bad happens with you. Do you get my point? Like, for example, if you are really a self-centered person, that I'm the best, I'm the best, and I'm the best, and when the point comes, life happens, and something happens with you, you are really disappointed, sad, and regretful about yourself. But when you aren't that self-centered and you accept that everyone is equal, you are equally prone to making mistakes as others. It leads you to less grief and more motivation to move on and proceed with your life again. That means respecting everyone leads you to emotional stability, and emotional stability leads you to other things. And secondly, respecting people leads you to knowing themselves more. and knowing people more leads you to survive, because of course you have to sell a service or a product to live on this planet for money, of course. And if you know people well, if you know the people skills and understand people well, you can cater them, which leads you to monetary benefits and psychological benefits as well, because we survived because we could form tribes. And so if you are accepted by the people of your society, you are tend to get dopamine out of it. And respecting everyone is also that. Also, there we have some preconceived biases and preconceived uh, thoughts that have been forcefully put onto us, which leads us to accepting them and difficult to change them. Okay, that's possible to change your beliefs, but it's difficult if that's something that you have been told since your childhood, since your birth. So I think these are all the reasons. And when the reason was give respect to take respect, I think that's also a reason, because you love to take respect, you love it, you would love to be catered by others and cared by others and helped by others, because that's just lead you to surviving and thriving better. And giving others respect leads you to getting more respect back. So I think that's all the reasons why I think respecting others leads you to uh like, why should you respect others. And I don't know why I'm just fumbling a lot today, but well, we're gonna let it be. And look, let me just yeah, all about respect. Okay guys, I have opened this tab and I haven't read it, so I'm gonna read it now. All about respect. Respect is glue that holds your relationship together. Learn how the ways to be respectful and know what to do when somebody isn't respectful towards you. Okay, why respect is important, how respect builds feeling of trust and safety, what tools help you identify respectful relationship, managing relationship. Okay, why is respect important, guys? Let's find out. Receiving respect from others is important because it helps you feel safe and express ourselves. Being respected is important. Okay, wait. Is important. Being respected by important people in our life growing up teaches us how to be respectful towards others. Respect means that you accept somebody for who they are, and even when they are different from you, you don't agree with. Respect in your relationship builds feelings of trust, safety, and well-being. Respect doesn't have to come naturally. It's something you have to learn. Okay, let's. We're gonna see this video, guys, and I don't think so that this gave a proper definition. Why? I have already searched it earlier, but I didn't got a proper response earlier. Why should you respect people? Why should you hire you? No, I don't said that. That's what she said. Yeah. Yes, guys. We found out links which could possibly help us. So here we are with the links. Let's first watch this video.
Did you know that there are nearly 8 billion people in the world? 8 billion. 8 billion people all born in different places at different times, with different values, different lived. So let's start with the
cons. This app isn't free. Well, kind of. It costs around $39 for an annual subscription, and what do you actually get with all that money?
Sorry guys, I'm just trying to fix this lag issue as soon as I
Well,
can.
you actually get a lot. There are subscriptions to other software for that same amount of money, but most of those things only do one thing. And it's kind of unfair to compare Clean My Mac X with those other ones because Clean My Mac X has so much to offer. It has a whopping 29 different tools that you can use to clean your Mac. And good news for you, if you follow the link down in the description
Good
box
news for
below,
me,
you
I
can save
don't have a
20%
Mac.
off of your purchase.
Values, different lived experiences, and different ways of doing things. And yet somehow it feels like there's this weird pressure for us all to be a certain way. Like there's this invisible rule book that tells us how we're all meant to look and act, and if we follow those rules, that it makes us normal.
Yeah.
But who wrote these rules? And if so many of us don't fit in, why are they considered normal? Am I speaking into a void, or does someone have some answers?
No, you're not speaking into a void, Gian, and I actually think Taylor and I might have some answers.
Yeah, we've been thinking about this normal thing for a while now, and I think I've come up with the perfect scientific explanation.
Yeah.
A kid's toy.
Okay, hear me out. Here's what represents normal, let's say at school. And at this school, there might be things that fit the norm, like having English as your first language, being really confident, or having parents at home to help you with your homework.
Right, so these are the rules about what's normal that Gian was speaking about?
Exactly. So let's say you're a circle at this school. You might find it pretty easy to fit in. But let's just say you're a star at this circle school. You do things a little different. These rules and expectations might not suit you, and you might have a hard time fitting in.
Actually, when I was in school, there were times I felt like I didn't fit in because my parents didn't let me go to as many parties and sleepovers as my friends. Sometimes I felt like I got judged for it, which made me a little bit embarrassed. But the weirdest thing was, I complained about this to my cousins who went to another school, and they said over there no one went to sleepovers, and that was normal.
Well, that's just the thing. These rules depend on who's around. And that's why we say normal, because there isn't actually one way that we're all meant to be. But we can feel pressure to change who we are because fitting in can make us feel secure and give us social power. And we
Yeah, okay, fitting in can make you feel secure. What does security mean like at the first place? Uh, Security means like you're away from any danger. You feel like you aren't at the you don't have any danger. That's security, okay? And if you're normal, yeah, of course you are secure because you aren't a target for many people, so you can just fit in and blend in with the crowd, and then you feel secure. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I understand that point.
totally get it. It's such a natural human instinct, this desire to be accepted.
Yeah, so how do people get these feelings of comfort and security while also staying true to who they are?
That is such an important question. So going back to this guy, the circles actually have a lot of power to change things because being a circle might mean you don't feel as worried that you're going to get judged or criticized by the people around you. And we've probably all felt like a circle at some point, and I think we've definitely all felt like a star before too.
Yeah.
And the thing is, whether you are a circle or a star or a square or a dodecahedron, at the end of the day, our personalities, stories, and traits can be celebrated, not something to be put down. So, here are some things that you can do to lift up the stars in your life.
Hot tip number 1, give space for people to show their strengths. English might not be someone's first language, but that means they know a whole other language, which is way more than I can say for myself. This might mean praising people when we notice their abilities or encouraging our friends to take opportunities that build pride around the things that make them stand
Yeah,
out.
okay.
Yeah, and if you notice that
Understand it.
opportunities go to the same people from the same circles, pointing this out is actually a great way to start spreading those around. Passing the mic to hear a range of views is a great way to start building healthier norms at school.
Hot tip number 2, our differences aren't always visible. When we look at someone, we might not automatically know what their family background is, their faith, how they think and learn, their gender, their
Yeah, you
sexuality,
don't have
and in many
enough
cases, a
data.
disability they might have.
Hot tip number 3, look out for each other. One thing that we can all do is just be there for each other. If we allow people to be nasty to those who don't fit into a narrow definition of normal, we just make it harder on everyone. So if you notice your
Yeah,
friends
I
picking on someone for being
understand that.
different,
It's
you actually have the
called
perfect opportunity to stand up
standards.
and name it as it is. Not okay. Speaking up is a powerful way to show solidarity to those
Yeah, I think
who are different to
that's
you.
true because you got standards, right? Like you got standards. If you um I am pretty confused about it. You have got standards if you do the thing that you appreciate and don't do the things that you criticize others for. Like if you criticize others for biting their nails and you If you have got standards if you aren't a hypocrite. So if you want to be held and accepted in the every way you are, like the way you are, you should accept others too in the way they are. I think, yeah, give respect to take respect, that thing, okay. Respect is a key element for creating good and bond between people, whether it's family, okay. Because people love to get respected because they want to fit in, and not everyone is like other, like you. If you are a person who doesn't want to fit in and break the status quo, everyone isn't like you if you don't like to fit in. So people want to fit in, so respecting them makes them feel secure. And yeah, respecting is others is not always the benefit of you, but indirect benefit for you as well, because if you are making others feel secured, they're gonna open up and help you and contribute to you and help you in the time of crisis, or tell you something that could change your life potentially. So it's good to make others feel happy and secure. So, and it's indirectly your benefit only. Yeah, I didn't think about it. That's a nice perspective. I really like it. I'm gonna like this because I got a new perspective here, of course. I'm gonna like it. Thanks for the new perspective. I'm gonna comment also, guys, because a new perspective is great. And you know, guys, did you see that a student with a fake account? Like, I'm so honest here. Like, I'm a student with a fake account. Okay, one of the best ways to respect is to listen. Listen is to what others are trying to say. First, listen, you understand, and then you say something. If you have to something to say, listen to understand, not to reply. Sometimes you have not to understand, but others trying to say and express, but respecting. Okay, so it's quite well. Yeah, okay, so it's about that you should first a way to respect is by listening. First listening helps you understand better, and because you aren't thinking about what you should reply and just thinking what they're trying to say and focusing on it, it helps you understand. It's if even if it's nothing to you, it's so much to other people, because other people like to get respected. And yeah, I just got an insight here that questioning emotions can isn't that helpful, because emotions are something people are made of, and even if you as a person throw the plate out for emotions, there are people who are emotional and you have to cater them at the end of the day. So it's nothing like for example, if you are like, for example, if I was like, why should you respect people, and I came to an for example I came to a conclusion that you shouldn't respect people, for just for the sake of an example. So if I then stop respecting to people, it's gonna hurt their feelings, because everyone isn't that knowledgeable or like know what I am doing right now. Like, people are in ignorance, so it just doesn't make sense to question emotions, but knowing the logic just feels you more motivated to act upon, I think. Like, knowing the why just helps you motivated to act upon it, and just fulfills your curiosity. So it's cool. We owe respect to give love, and if someone has something nice to us, we owe to respect them. We need to thank them. Love is without expectations, okay? If you have done something good, then you don't need to respect and compromise your dignity. Remember, respect is all who deserve it. Okay, respect is always for those who deserve it, not those you demand it. You respect to people who don't deserve it, and as their character inspection, but of yours. Yeah, it's told that it's not about them, but more about you. Something. Okay, I came to a conclusion reading this is people need to get respected because that's who they are, and maybe how can you make others respect you? Give respect, take respect. Respect only shows you. Alright. The question is one of those who appear very simple but does not get one thinking, because most think about it. Okay. Respect means acceptance, respect means trust, respect means safety, respect means better place for enhance. Okay, 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 guys, I understand the point. So, guys, I came up with the conclusion that respect is an emotion which leads you to security, because if you fit in, you feel secure, of course, because you aren't a target, because you aren't isolated or different from anyone. You're fitting in, and that's a security. And you fit in when you do what others are doing. So that's why you should fit in, so that you aren't the center of attraction or the center of differentiation for other people. So that's why you should first respect them. And respect others, I still didn't got an answer to it. Actually, I don't know. Let me think about it for a while. Respecting others make them feel good. Making others feel good helps you indirectly. So you should respect them. Respect them to be respected. Respect others to be respected, and because you crave respect, because it's something about equality. Yeah, the conclusions I came up are the same. That first of all, respect leads you to equality and not being self-centered and emotional stability. Respecting others gives respect back to you, which makes you feel that you fit in the society and you are accepted by the society, which leads you to less being isolated and less depressed. And again, that comes to emotions. You have to cater others' emotions anyways, and that's the sign of intelligence, to accept the feelings of others. And if you are doing so, it just helps you in many ways indirectly. Like, for example, business meetings or like understanding people in general lead you to monetary benefits, and that's a thing. So even if you don't feel like respecting people, you have to respect people, because people are people and you have to cater them anyways to sell your. If you just talk about money as particular, and it just helps you in emotional ways, mental ways, monetary ways, spiritual ways. So you should respect people. That's what I came up with, guys. Thank you all, guys. And wait a minute, I just promised to do push-ups, so I'm gonna do push-ups. I promise. I'm running low on